what is wireless SSID hopping? Well, SSID hopping is used when you want to monitor different SSID or Wi-Fi networks with the same hardware sensor. So that's very, it's an advantage, it's very useful when, for example, your corporate network has a guest wireless and an employee's wireless, and you don't want to deploy two hardware sensors to monitor those SSIDs, but you want to do the same with in a single one. So the SSID hopping generally happens in a round robin. What does that mean is that you monitor and you connect the sensor to an SSID for, say, 4 or 5 minutes. Then you move to the other SSID and so on, continuously over and over. So today in this demo, I want to show you how it's possible to do this on Linux and also in NetBeans. I'll give like a really high overview of the procedure. It's somewhat simple for intermediate users, while for maybe beginners might need some assistance. But we're always happy to help with that. So feel free to reach out if you have a Linux Raspberry Pi with a wireless card and you want to implement SSID hopping. So the procedure is fairly simple. You'll deal with 3 files. You should be aware that etc network interfaces is where you configure the WLAN 0 wireless card. And there is a statement or a link to the wpa-supplicant.conf file. Generally, that file is always installed in etc/wpa_supplicant/ then the file is wpa_supplicant.conf. And that file contains all the settings, configuration settings to connect to your SSID. So from open to web to WPA pre-share key, even to advanced configuration with the certificates, basically that configuration file will handle all the configuration settings. And then third, to configure SSID hopping, you have to create an SSID script that will periodically change or replace the content of the wpa-supplicant.conf. So there are different ways you can do that. You can either just replace the file, the content of the file, or maybe you can create a symbolic link to 2 versions of the WPA supplicant and then issue a interface down, interface up. Bottom line, if you wanted to see more in details how to implement this, we have written actually a blog post some time ago, I think even 1 year ago. So if you go to netbeans.net/blog and search for SSID space hopping, you'll find that article. And that can give you some ideas on, if you're not a NetBeans user, how to implement this yourself. So I want to show you now how SSID hopping looks in our dashboard, in the NetBeans dashboard. As you know, we have also, there's also the ability to monitor Wi-Fi networks with NetBeans, and we also provide an interactive console to your wireless agent. So this is an agent that was configured with the SSID hopping, and as you can see here under the wireless tab, you could see that in this graph we report a lot of information such as kilobit per second sent and received from the WLAN 0 interface, the link quality as detected by the NIC, the signal strength, the bit rate established with the access point, and these are the channel and the BSSID. So this is channel 6, and this is the MAC address of the BSSID, and this is channel 153. So you could see this is periodically every 5 minutes I configure to hop from one SSID to another. And you can see also that it's taking almost a minute to reassociate to the new SSID. So generally you want this association to be lower than 1 minute, but it really depends from multiple factors. I'm showing you now also the historical data about SSID hopping, going from one channel to another. So it's very useful in this case because I can use the same sensor to monitor 1 or more SSIDs. You can also monitor 3 or 4 and so on. And then work with the cron tab with the cron tab file to set that interval and configure the different SSIDs. So this is pretty much it. I hope this short Facebook Live demo was beneficial to learn more about SSID hopping. And again, if you want to learn more about this, feel free to reach out at NetBees. Our website is netbees.net, and we have an integrated chat, or otherwise feel free to post your comment here on the Facebook Live page of NetBees. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.